What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the team that I was able to use here, guys, to clear floors 1 and 2 of Nidhoggr on my free-to-play account. So as you guys can see on the screen right now, man, I'm just showcasing to you guys the team that I was using here and all the gear sets that I've been running, so you guys know and can see like what type of characters I'm running and the gear sets that they have on as well. And you guys can see already so far, everything I have is pretty much free to play, man. Like, I don't really have anything too crazy. I haven't really like purchased any outfits for this team, really. I think I did buy weapons for Green Elizabeth, I think. But other than that, I think that was probably the extent of like anything I've done for outfits wise on this account, on my free to play account for these characters, right? But yeah, guys, I wanted to put this in the beginning of the video so you guys can see. Also, I will show at the end of the video my box CC and all of that. I forgot to like put it at the beginning, but we do have it around the end as well. So you guys will be able to see that I do only have my 6 million box CC and that I was able to clear this with very, very low constellation, guys. So yeah, in terms of the card set though, I do have the attack related card set, and we do just hop in, guys, and I have edited this video already. So if you guys enjoy videos like this, definitely make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, as you guys can see, it is on 1.5 times speed because this team does take a while to beat it. I will say, because your only DPS is Megellda. Margaret's there for the basic stats. Elat's there for the debuff immunity, guys, and Elizabeth is obviously there for the healing. Now with this team here, as you guys can see, this team does not require Freyja, it does not require Red Megellda, it does not require tier. The only requirements really that I would say that are super you know, you might not have, I guess, would be Megellda and maybe Blue Elat, right? I guess those are two characters that, you know, are not crazy accessible, but if you do have them, this is going to be the team you want to run, right? And the thing with this team as well, guys, is this is almost the team for the best Nidhoggr team anyway. So the only character I'd need to replace here is Margaret for Freyja, and this would be the best team. So that's just something to think about, right? Like, I almost have the best team already. So that's pretty nice. Yes, guys, so pretty much the reason why this team works now and you know, like, it didn't work before pretty much is because of the nerfs and the changes on Nidhoggr, right? So as you guys know, floor 1, they made it so that the gauge shred's a lot quicker now and you don't necessarily need Pierce cards. So as you guys can see, with the entire team we have here, we don't actually have a Pierce card character with this team, you know? So we actually are able to use this team to get through this part of the fight. And floor 2, the reason why this team is so much better on floor 2 as well is because Elat with the debuff immunity makes it so that anytime they apply a red debuff infect, it's not actually going to affect us, right? So it's going to be completely immune. So whenever you know, I put up that the Elat debuff immunity on her ultimate, we're pretty much never going to get infected, and we can always just heal up the HP after we stance remove on the second floor. So yeah, just very, very good. That's why I like this team a lot. The only thing with this team, guys, is that it is very, very RNG heavy, in that you pretty much need to get Megellda cards for second floor. That's pretty much what's going to carry you throughout the entire fight, right? Yeah, guys, so yeah, now that we're kind of like explained the entire fight, let's kind of explain what I'm doing on these phases here. So you guys have pretty much been watching as I've been speaking like on these phases, but floor 1 is pretty straightforward, right? You just kind of go through, do your bits of damage here, and you're not really gonna have too much issues. The mechanic here on floor 2 is that he does block affect you on this phase where he does that AoE. He has those like damage reduction stacks, and the only way you can remove them is by having a stance removal. So you have to actually stance remove to actually be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, this phase right here, you know, can become a little bit of an issue depending on your RNG with Elizabeth, because you don't really have heals other than Elizabeth, which I think does kind of suck. And you know, Freyja being on this team when she is instead of Margaret is so nice because you have lifesteal, and I think that's like the main issue that this team lacks is like no lifesteal, so you're only getting heals through Elizabeth, man. That's literally it. And as you guys can see right there, I barely lived with my Elat right there. Actually wild. So we actually barely lived. We were able to finish off the fight here and then move into the next phase. So yeah, guys, the main change for floor 1, remember, is the gauge being able to be shred with any rank 3 now. You don't actually need a Pierce rank 3, you can actually use any rank 3 card. So you guys can see I do have a Margaret card there ready. So I just, you know, as I'm going into this phase, I'm like, okay, let's do the Megellda ultimate, let's do the Margaret card, let's heal up with Elizabeth, and then just waste that Elat card. And then, you know, we do a ton of damage here. His damage cap on this phase is 35%. Another mechanic on this phase, guys, is when the Nidhoggr actually does get to phase 3 and he gets to this, I guess, a less than 30%, that's when he's actually going to get the crazy heal, right? So that's just something to think about. Alright though, guys, so moving on, what we do here is we merge cards with Mile. We actually push up another ultimate with him because I'm like, okay, I don't really have too many cards, but I want to actually get an ultimate with him so I could just finish off the fight here and move on, right? So I do that, and I push up, you know, we get the heal card with Elizabeth, which is nice, so that we can actually heal up the entire team here. So, and we did top deck a Mile card as well, so this actually did work out in our favor here. So what we do right here is I'm gonna use the Elizabeth heal card, and I think I do stall actually. I don't know if I go for the kill right here. I was deciding like, do I go for the kill or do I just stall? But I decided to stall. So we just do the heal card right there, and then we do the gauge reduction. Just so that I'm able to make sure we go into the next phase with full health, guys, because that's something very important, right? You want to make sure you're going into the next phase with full health, because if you don't, then that can definitely become an issue. So yeah, as you guys can see, he's doing a ton of damage, but Elizabeth ultimate will pretty much full heal us. So we drop the Elizabeth ultimate, and then we just follow up with our Mile cards, and that's gonna finish it off, guys. So fairly easy floor 1. It is very time consuming, as you guys can see, but when we get to floor 2, you guys will see it's a little bit more time consuming on floor 2. But yeah, there is the floor 1 clear right there, guys, with this team, and now we can actually move into the floor 2. Yeah, so right here, as you guys can see, I put this in between so you guys can see that I'm not, like, you know, jump cutting. I'm only cutting so that you guys can see to the actual, like, fight itself, so you don't have to, you know, kind of waste your time going through all these, like, you know, these loading screens and all that. But you guys can see my CC is the exact same. Everything is the same, man. I'm not, you know, like, splicing these clips, I guess, or anything like that. You know, I'm just editing it for the viewer experience, right? I'm just making it better for you guys. So yeah, so pretty much, guys, this phase is gonna be really, really rough here. The main problem with this phase is that you pretty much have to push Elizabeth ultimate. So what you want to do right there is turn 1, as you guys saw, I do the Elat cleanse and not the Margaret cleanse. And the reason why we do that is so that then following turn we can get the Margaret cleanse for the damage reduction. And right there, I do push up the Elat ultimate because that's going to be very important on this phase so that you can actually tank all the hits from the boss, because as you can see, he is automatically applying those, you know, dissolve effects and or not dissolve, like bleed effects, and you don't want to have those up because he has AoE weak point, right? So having the Elat ultimate up makes it so that he does not do any damage from that point on, and you can start stacking up cards. Now on floor 2, the main strategy that you want to do as well is you want to hold as many Mile cards as you can, because your only DPS on this team is Mile. It's not like the Freyja team where you have Freyja and Mile to cover for your damage. You only have Mile, and so because of that, you're pretty much going to need to hold on to Mile's cards so that when you're on the final phase of floor 2, you can actually damage the boss and put him less than 50% for 3 turns in a row, right? That's what you have to do. That's one of the mechanics. So right here, guys, I'm also saving my buff removal cards, as you guys can see, and the reason why is because you need buff removal to actually move into the next phase there, because the way it works is that he does have that blue buff immortality, right? So he will always be stuck at 1 HP unless you remove the buff so that you can, you know, take him to the next phase. And so you pretty much have to save your Elizabeth buff removals for when you got him like super low on HP. So what I like to do is I kind of like to do my chip damage here. I don't want to, you know, be wasting all these Elizabeth cards yet, though. We kind of want to hold on to them, so, you know, we're just cycling through ultimates. We're just trying to deal damage just to put them a little bit lower, but we're not wasting any Mile cards. Remember, Mile cards are very, very important. You can maybe waste like 1 or 2, but you want to start stacking them up on floor 2, phase 2. That's where you're going to really start, you know, getting the top decks for them, right? So yeah, right here, guys, we do the Margaret ultimate. We merge the Elizabeth card right there, so we get her ultimate. And I kind of just waste my cards. And I do waste the Mile card at the end there, just to make sure that we put them, you know, right to that like threshold of HP where we can actually finish them off, right? So I do the Mile card. It's gonna do a pretty good amount of damage right there. And you know, we want to go into the next phase as well with the Elat ultimate up too, guys. You always have to have that as well. That's the main reason why Elat's on this team, is because she has the cleanse card, the gauge reduction, and the fact that her ultimate is the what's it called? Yeah, her ultimate is also the fact that it's you know, the defense related, right? So you tank a lot better. So right here, as you guys will see, I do actually reset. So you guys will see I close the game, I restart the game, and my entire hand is the exact same. I just changed my card setup this time, guys. So you saw that, you know, it didn't really work out there, but this time what I do is I actually do the single target with Elizabeth first, the AoE with Margaret, then the rank 3, you know, buff removal, stance removal, and then we actually do heal up as well. So what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that he doesn't really have too much HP, so that the Elizabeth card will just finish him off. So boom, we get the kill, we drop the heal card, we full heal on the entire team, which is really good. You know, going full health into this phase is nice. Or if your lowest HP character is Elat, that's going to be very nice too. So yeah, just something to think about. But yeah, guys, right here, we dropped the Elat ultimate, Margaret ultimate, and then, you know, the gauge reduction right there. And yeah, we're kind of just wasting cards here. So, you know, the main mechanic on this phase is that whenever you remove the stance from the boss, or you do a stance removal, you're going to get red debuff infected. This is after the update tonight on Global, so you guys will see it. Or for anyone watching like after the fact, like yeah, the Global is going to be getting this update soon. So it should be out by the time you guys are watching this video on Global, or if it's not out by this time, it's going to be out after the update tonight. So if you guys are watching it of the day of, right? So yeah, no, like pretty much this becomes such a easy phase where you can just stall, because the only thing you really have to worry about is Elat's tanking, and also just cycling through the ultimates with Elizabeth and Elat while getting Mal single target cards, because those are going to be the most amount of damage you're going to be able to deal, and I think those are going to be super important for this fight, guys. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just going to let you guys watch this part of the clip, because it is very long. But it is like, you know, watching throughout the clip, you guys will kind of get an idea of what I'm doing as I'm going throughout the fight. So it's not like too long, but throughout this part of the fight, I'm pretty much just stacking up Mile cards and then just trying to chip down his HP slowly by slowly as we move into the final phase, and then we'll kind of talk about it when we get to that phase, guys. So I'll let you guys watch this part of the video. I'll put some music on, I'll make it a little bit louder, and then we'll come back to the final part of the fight right here. Alright guys, so we are on the final phase now of the Nidhoggr fight on floor 2. So as you guys can see, I saved up 2 rank 3 Mile cards, a rank 2 Mile card, the ultimate, and you know, the ultimates of Elat and Margaret right there as well. So pretty much what we're gonna do, guys, is every single turn, the mechanic of this phase of the fight is you have to get him lower than 50% HP. So that's why we saved up all these Mile cards, so that every turn we have some type of damage to lower his HP. Now remember, also on this phase, that he has buff removal single target. So going into this phase, you want to make sure Elat is the one getting targeted, because she's the one with the Tarmiel link. She's the only one that's going to be healing on her own through the Tarmiel link itself. Right, and so what I do here is I'm like, okay, let's push up an Elizabeth ultimate, let's buff remove so we can, you know, make sure we get that heal card, because the problem that you'll have on this phase, like most of the time, because you'll have the Mallow cards, right? You've stalled long enough, you'll have the Mallow cards. It's mainly Elat's tanking. Like, she doesn't really tank as much as you'd expect her to, and that can definitely become a problem, and you know, make it so that it's a little bit more difficult to kind of go throughout the fight here. So what I decided to do here was I was like, okay, let's gauge fill for sure, let's get Elat ultimate, and then I have to do some type of way of doing damage, so I just rip one of the rank 3s right there. And doing the gauge reduction here was really good, so that it makes it only that the Nidhoggr boss is doing 2 attacks on me, right? Because he's only doing 2 attacks on me, it's not actually as bad as if he was, you know, just completely attacking me there and taking on my Elat, right? So right there, that's D rank right there, guys. So when he hits you with that, it's gonna D rank your cards. So that by that point in the fight, you want to have made sure you've used all your Mile cards, or almost all your Mile cards. Right, so right there, I do the Elat ultimate again, we do the Margaret buff card, we do the gauge reduction as well, and then we follow up with the rank 2 Mile card. And now moving into this next turn right here, we actually are in a very good situation to actually finish off the fight. We do top deck a buff removal, we have the Mile ultimate, and so right here, all I need to do at this point is buff remove, ult with Mile, single target Mile, and Margaret ultimate as well, and that's gonna finish off the fight right there, guys. So this is all completely free to play in terms of my team and my dupe levels and everything with that, guys. It's completely free to play here, and I have the clip at the very end to kind of show you guys like the rolls on my Elat, and also the CC Constellation, all of that stuff. So this is pretty much the video though, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to show you guys right here at the end though, the constellation, the box you see and all that. So you guys can see, I circle it. I'm on floor 3, but I'm not able to clear floor 3 obviously. But floor 1 and 2 is what you're going for, right? So that you can eventually build that Freyja relic, right? So yeah, as you guys can see, boom, look at that. So this is going to be the team you're going to run before you get Freyja, right? It makes sense. And you can clear floor 1, floor 2, you can get the mats. And I did have the attack related card set, so I did grind the dogs first. So that's a little bit important to note. But once you do go to the box CC though, and you guys see, this is my box. Like, I'm 6 million, you know what I mean? That's my constellation. Like, I'm not, you know, cheating you guys out here. I'm 6 million box CC. You know, I don't have crazy constellation right here, and this is just to show you guys that this is what my team is capable of doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. That's pretty much it for the video, and hope you guys learned something throughout this, and take advantage of the new nerfs on Nidhoggr with this team right here, man. Floor 1 and 2, farm it out. Once you've done floor 1 and 2 every single week and you get enough for a Freyja relic, make Freyja relic, and then boom, you can pretty much clear with the guys team. Or you can switch to like Ragnarok team if you're pulling on Tears banner or whatever the case. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, y'all.